Hi, how are you? I hope you're great. I have a cute little fall sign tonight, okay? I know I can't really show you this very well, but it says Hello Fall. It is shiplap, okay? And I think y'all are gonna love this one. I hope so anyway. Let's see if I can get it together over here. All right, here we go. All right. I am here. So I'm going to use a little makeup sponge tonight to paint with. I don't know. My brain is kind of fried. I've been working all day trying to get my Etsy site up and running again, get all my cutouts over there, and all that. So this is papaya. We're going to paint these pumpkins first real quick. Okay. Then we'll paint the background of the sign, and I have some paint pens to do the letters with, and the little leaves for the pumpkins. I am going to spray a little bit of water on my makeup sponge just to help. Hi Sandra, hey Tammy, welcome. Hi Sue, hi Lisa. Just to help it kind of spread that paint a little, or the paste a little bit easier. Okay, so this is papaya paste. This one right here, the bottom one. And I'm going to use it for the entirety of my pumpkins. Now, I'm probably going to do a couple of layers of this, which is why I want to start it, so that I can switch back and forth and come back to this in a minute after we get the first layer on the surface. I don't know if I'm going to need more than one coat on the surface itself, because we are going to use a transfer. And if you see it right here, it's this argyle pattern right here. I love this pattern. I'm so happy about it. I'm super excited about it. And it is absolutely perfect for this sign. So I think it's going to look great. So hi Paula, how are you? Welcome. Oh, let me put my keyword. So keyword tonight is the word fall, I believe. Let me just make sure, because who knows? Yeah, it is. Sometimes I forget, like, either it doesn't save whenever I put in the thing, or like I don't save it. So just gotta be sure. But yes, the keyword is fall. It should be all hooked up and ready to go. You'll get a link to a Google form, and if you just fill that out with what you want. So happy to have you here. Thank you for joining us tonight, Paula. All right, so there's my pumpkins. That papaya is just great for pumpkins. Well, you know, I was going to do the little stems and stuff, but we can do this one first. Oh, man. Look, my brain is about done for today. I have been in my office cranking out cutouts. As if you're in my cutout group, you've probably been seeing them all day long. That's what I've been working on. Hi Gwen, how are you, love? And trying my best to get everything synced with my Etsy page. Look at this transfer, y'all. This is the argyle pattern. If you have not gotten it yet, I'm not sure what you're waiting on, but it is new with the release, and it's so pretty. All right, I'm gonna just use a piece of cardboard to set this on, and I have this. I think this is French linen, okay, by Home Decor. It's Folk Art Home Decor chalk paint, and I have a brush that I want to use right here. I am going to go ahead and just dip that in some water right here, just to add a little bit of water to this paint. Sometimes these are the chalk paint's a little bit thick, and it just helps it go on a lot better, okay? And not be so cakey, okay? Now, I'm not super concerned with going like behind these pumpkins, so I probably won't even, I mean, I'll do probably a layer underneath there, but not real concerned about the coverage, because look, you can see it has the scoring lines there for the pumpkin. So that's where it helps so much with the placement of words. I love the files that have that on them. because it makes life so easy whenever you go to put stuff together when you can see where it's supposed to go, especially with letters and words. Aren't they so cute? I know, they're really exciting me. I got a membership with this one file designer who I'm real excited about it, y'all. So I hope you're ready. I also, last night, I got done designing the August craft box. So that's going to be ready here very soon. I'll be showing that to you on the 1st, whenever we go live for August. I think I want to do the July craft box still on a live. So I'll probably do that. Gosh, what day is it? It's the 29th already. I'll probably do that on Monday because I really love that one and I want to do it on a live. I did have a customer ask me to do it on a live and I told her that I would, and then I didn't yet. So I need to do that too. But I'm already thinking August because we're basically there, and y'all are gonna dig this new craft box so much, I think. So I hope you're ready. It's really fun. All right. Now I'm gonna do just one layer on here and then let this sit for a minute. Go back to my pumpkins, probably touch those up a little bit. And then we'll come back and do a second layer, I think, on this one. But I wanted to get a good base coat so that it could be drying. So there's my, it just looks like a grayish white, which I love. I like that about this paint color. It'll be perfect in our background to not take away too much. Yeah, so it's basically with the file designer. So she makes a lot of the files that I use. And so I signed up with her to get some exclusive files. So I will have those. I have them. I got the downloads for them today. So I'm going to start cutting those and posting them. And I think that they might be one of them at least might be something fun that we can do as a craft box in September. So I won't release that one yet, but all right. This is a brown Posca pen. If y'all haven't gotten some paint pens like these yet, oh my gosh, they are amazing. I love them. Posca pens are my absolute favorite. They're so good, so good. And whenever you comment the keyword, you can get the link to get my Amazon, to get my list, and then go and get yourself some Posca pens. So that's the brown that I just used. Okay, and then I have this green one here too, and it's all in Japanese or Chinese or whatever, so I have no idea what this color is called, but it's like a grassy green, which is going to be good for our leaves. And then I think I'm just going to do black for the lettering. But I want to jump over to the pumpkins here in just a second and do those. Yeah, yes it is, Gwen. Yeah, and you're going to love it. Yeah, I signed up for it today. And oh my gosh, it's great. She's amazing, this designer. And so yeah, y'all are going to love it. And I'm real excited about it. Okay, so there's the green that I used for my leaves. I'm gonna let those dry real quick while I finish up with the pumpkins, and then we'll do the lettering, and then if we need to do one more layer here, we can do that too. Now, these pumpkins look pretty good, but I'm gonna go ahead and give them one more coat of papaya. And I'm adding just a little bit, touch more water. I don't want a ton because I want it to still be good coverage. But just to kind of break that up a little bit. The jar of paste that I used, oh my gosh, I just stuck that in that green. I think it was pretty much dry, but I wasn't looking where I was dabbing that. Yeah, you're gonna be, I hope you're ready, Gwen, because you're gonna freak out. And I saw the files earlier and oh my gosh, I am obsessed with them. I'm already ready for more. And It's not even August yet, so it's going to be a minute before we get new ones again. But anyway, so yeah, and I bought a ton of files this past week, and so that's what I've been doing all day is cutting those, cutting all of the catalog cutouts. So there's my pumpkins. That is papaya. It is not new, but I mean, it's a perfect pumpkin color. Okay, so now let's turn this thing around. And I'm going to just use my black Posca pen for the letters because they're so thin. And I finally went and dug in the box where my Posca pens have been hiding since I moved into this house. And I got them out, the other ones that I didn't have. So I had a couple of them out already that I had grabbed, but why I didn't grab all of them, I have no idea. I was being lazy. And I thought that it was over here, the box, right? So it's this huge Rubbermaid box. You know those? The ones with the, like the big ones. Okay, this one has wheels because it's so big. It's one of those, and it's full of stuff that I threw it all in there. I took it with us whenever we left the house in Tennessee. And hi, Julie. I took this box with us so that I could carry like my basic supplies with me, right? And so whenever we moved out of that rent house that we were in, I threw all my stuff into this box, okay? Which probably not the best idea I've ever come up with. I mean, it was a good transport way to transport everything. But you know what happens whenever you throw something into a huge box and it's like everything. You don't end up, well, I don't end up going back and like actually unloading the whole box. I just leave stuff in there and grab it out as I need it, right? So then all that stuff ends up living in that box forever. That's pretty much what's happened. And so I was thinking it was in this closet over here, which is in my room. I have a closet that's a nice size walk-in closet that is crammed full of junk. And I need to do something in there, but I haven't had the energy to deal with it yet. Which, it's another one of those things that I just kind of threw it all in there. And that's that. So, yeah, I thought it was in there. So, right before my live, I'm like, oh, let me go get that pen because I knew I wanted to use it. And I look and I'm like, wait a minute, where is that box at? Well, it's been in my office, y'all. Like, right here. Super easy to get to. Only thing that's sitting on top of it is my backpack. And I just I don't know why I do these things, okay? This procrastination stuff that I sometimes do. I don't procrastinate about everything, but certain things I do, especially manual labor things. And once I do it, it's the same thing with like doing dishes, folding laundry. I hate it, okay? But after it's done, it's like, what did that take? A few minutes? Hi, Joni. Welcome. Thanks for joining me. Keyword is fall. You can get this super cute fall pumpkin sign and the transfer that we're using tonight on sale if you haven't grabbed it already. And even if you have, honestly, I would not be opposed. On all of the pattern prints, I like to have more than one, because I wear them out so fast by using them repeatedly over and over again without stopping. And so that way I have a backup. As soon as I decide that I've had it or that the transfer has had it that I'm using, then I can get another one. So I love this argyle pattern that we're about to use. And we're almost there with this. Y'all, these pens are amazing. Look how fast that is. I love it. For stuff like this, small things, okay? You can't like paint a whole surface with one of these because it doesn't come out good. But stuff like this, it makes it so easy, and your paint job is always real neat. And then it looks like a professional did it, and it's like, oh wow, I painted that. So, yeah. That's the thing that you can do. Again, whenever you comment fall, you can get the link to my Amazon, and you can go on there And I have all the craft stuff that I buy on Amazon linked on there. Plus I added like a bunch of organization stuff. All the stuff I bought for my new house, pretty much I added on there. I used to be really bad about underneath cabinets. I would just like, it would be a nightmare underneath there. And so once we started showing our other house, I knew people were going to be looking in those cabinets and I was embarrassed by it. And so I bought those clear containers. Okay, what do you think? Oh, hi, Olivia and Mariah. Welcome, my friends. Okay, so there's our pumpkins. I think that, and that's pretty interesting, okay? So the leaves are perfect, and so is the stem. No additional coats needed, so I'm loving that, obviously. I love it. I think this one could be good to go too, but I do want to do one more coat on here, okay? I can't just leave it at a single coat. Now, I don't want it to be full coverage, so again, I am dipping this in my water and just adding water to my paintbrush. But I do want to just go over it one more time so that it's not completely see-through. Now, the transfer we're going to use on this is going to cover a lot of this surface, but it does have places that it's not going to cover, so I do want to make sure that the background looks nice, okay? Now, you could totally do like that rustic effect on here and kind of use a little bit of black maybe and rough up the surface a little bit, which I'm really actually very tempted to do before we do the Argyle pattern. But I think I'm gonna wait and see how the Argyle turns out, and then we might rough it up a little bit after that. I don't know, we're gonna find out, okay? So, just a little bit more, and as you can see, like, I want this paint to be real thin, so I'm adding water because I just don't want it to be on here real thick for this sign. Now, sometimes I like a really good full coverage paint job on my surfaces, but for this one, and just for the whole fall thing, I really like it to be just a lighter, very airy background, okay? Hi, Joanne. Happy Saturday, my love. Thanks for joining me. All right, so that is my color, my background. So let's dry this, and then this is the Argyle pattern that we're gonna use, okay? Let me see if I can move some of this stuff so that I don't make a mess here. I'm gonna be knocking stuff over if I don't. And I gotta get this paint out of the way too. Okay. All right. Isn't it great? I love this pattern so much. Yeah, really excited about it. And whenever I first saw it, I knew that, I mean, it'll be great for Christmas too, but it's so perfect for fall. I mean, I think that, I don't know, Argyle's kind of a anytime pattern, but when I see Argyle, for some reason it makes me think of fall. Now, I do occasionally think of like a Christmas sweater, possibly, that's Argyle. But it just makes me think of pumpkins and all that. Any orange colors, red and yellows and all that. So, we're pretty good here. And my paint's real smooth. I don't need to do anything to it, I don't think. But here's what we are gonna do. Let's get some wax, okay? Because if you look, there is, all the white spots on here are the silk screen, okay? All the green spots are where you're gonna have sticky stuff, okay? Hi, Barbara, how are you? it's going to be so cute. I'm excited that you're here to see it. Okay, so all the green spots are the sticky stuff, and it may not seem like there are that many of them or that much, but there are. So you don't want that to pull up your paint, okay? You just want to be real, think about that whenever you go to wax, whether you're going to wax or not, how much silk screen is on the transfer. Because if it's all silk screen, don't wax. Because you want your transfer to have the best chance to stick. And if you put wax on there, it's not going to stick as well, okay? Hi, Mom. Welcome. All right, so here's what we're going to do. This is a D size transfer. And again, no need to be anxious about using these or intimidated. Just get your fuzzing cloth. This one's dirty and gross, but that's okay. Fold it out halfway like that and stick your fuzzing cloth to it, okay? And then I think I'm going to need to pull this off the backer sheet. So I was thinking I might not, but I'm thinking I will. I might just leave it on here, actually. So I'm going to fuzz it just like it is here. And then I'm going to flip it and do the same on the other side. And this is going to help me. I think I'm going to leave it on my backer sheet, so I'll show you what I mean. Pull it halfway off again on the other side, and now fuzz it over here. And this way, you're not going to get it stuck to itself, okay? And if you do, I posted a reel on my page last night on how to get it unstuck. Literally, that huge transfer that I used last night, the big E size, I took that after my live and I crumpled it into a ball. And I did this reel showing how to get it unstuck from itself, right? And y'all, it took me less than 2 minutes. It was 1 minute and 47 seconds that it took me to unstick it, okay? And all I did is spray with water and gently pull it apart. Literally all I did. So if you are interested in that, you can go back to my page and go look at my reel from last night and watch that. And it'll show you exactly what to do if you get something stuck to itself. Now, it's not necessarily only for big transfers because it happens with small ones too. And you don't want to rip it apart, okay? Because if you do, this green stuff is like, it's super sticky. It's like almost like glue whenever it gets on itself. And I mean, it's done. It will not come apart just easily, okay? The only thing that will get it apart is water. Now, this is Shimmer Harvest, okay? And I'm hoping that this is going to be a good color for the background here. I think it will be. But look how pretty that is. It's gorgeous. It's like a really nice gold, and I love it. Okay, so I'm going to use the lid first because I've got a bunch piled on here. Now, I'm going to try and move as quickly as I can so that this doesn't dry on the surface while I still have the transfer stuck to it. But I also don't want to pile on a ton of paste, okay? Now, I'm also cognizant of the fact that I can see the score lines through this transfer, okay? Or through the silk screen. And I don't necessarily have to go over all of that part of the transfer because the pumpkins are going to be in the way, right? But like I always say, I like to do the background stuff even if it's going to be covered because I'm a bad gluer, okay? And that's just plain being real, okay? Now, if you are confident in your gluing skills more than I am in mine, I think I might have missed that in that class in like kindergarten or whatever. But I'm bad at lining stuff up and gluing it in the right place, okay? So, I'm going to go over the whole thing. Now, I could skip some of it, but, I mean, I might as well. It's not that big of an area. Now, if it was a huge area, then okay. But it's really not that big of a spot, so it's not like it's going to save me a bunch of time or paste or anything else, all right? But you could totally skip over this area because it is outlined, and that outline is just slightly smaller than the actual pumpkins are. so that it doesn't show through whenever you glue those down, okay? If you put them in the right spot. Which is why that's there, right? It's supposed to be helpful, but, and it is. Don't get me wrong, but it's operator error on my part generally all the time. Okay, here we go. Now, I'm gonna go back and just quickly try to pick up as much of that extra paste as I can because I love this color and I don't want to waste even a drop of it, okay? Put that lid back on. Hi Marie, how are you? Welcome. All right, now I'm going to grab this and I'm gonna just pull up. Oh my gosh, that's a perfect color for this. It's great. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave this just like this, okay, on that backer sheet. And then I'm gonna take this whole thing into the kitchen and take it off and wash it in the sink. And then I can just wipe down the backer sheet because now it's gonna have paste on it. Okay, let me see if I can show you. There's a little bit of paste on there. I'm gonna just take the backer sheet and wipe it down with a damp board eraser and clean it off, okay, and then dry it. So that is perfection. Absolutely perfect. I'm obsessed with this. I'm gonna dry this really, really well, okay? Remember that shimmer paste takes longer to dry, okay? It's the nature of shimmer paste, so just make sure that you dry it really well. Don't get over aggressive trying to hurry up. And then you won't smudge it, you won't have fingerprints on it, and it'll be perfect, okay? I think we're all gonna love this sign a lot. Plus, I have this leather here that I wanna try and use as the hanger instead of jute or rope or whatever. Now, I have this spot here inside where the pumpkins are gonna go. That's where I'm testing it to make sure it's dry, okay? Once this is entirely dry, then I can be confident that the rest of the surface is likely close. And we're almost there. There's a couple little spots that feel a little bit damp-ish, not wet even still, like where it's gonna leave a fingerprint, but this part's feeling real dry, pretty much. Y'all, this is so pretty. Oh my goodness. Okay, so look at that. It's giving me that, do y'all remember that, like, not last year, but the year before, well, I guess they brought it back last year for fall, but it was the pumpkin patterns. It had an argyle print just like this. And I used to love using that print on other things that weren't pumpkins. And so I would be putting the pumpkin cutout patterns on my lives, like on my sales and stuff that I was doing for my live that night, whatever night I would do these projects, but I wouldn't be using the pumpkins. So I'm just pumped that they gave us this argyle print on a size D, and it's huge. So there's my hello. It looks perfect. Literally one coat of black Posca marker. Okay, my A is good too. There's a few little spots that I could probably hit, one just like along the edge. I'm seeing like a couple little places, but nothing major. I love those pens. All right, so let's, I'm gonna knock over this whole shelf. I'm gonna just quickly, so right here on my A, I don't even know that y'all can even see it. There's a little spot right there that I'm just gonna touch up, and one little spot right there. And that's pretty much the only places that I actually saw any problems. So put that over there, let that dry, and then we can go ahead and work on our pumpkins. So as always, I like to do my placement first. And I believe these all snap together perfectly, okay? So there's a couple little gaps that are like natural gaps, but they fit together just perfect. Now, I'm a little confused on the leaves, but we're gonna figure it out. So those are just gonna, I don't know what they're gonna do, but they're gonna just sit there like that. I don't really understand how they're supposed to go together because they don't have like a perfect place that they fit together, but that's fine. And then my L's are here. My A is just about dry. Y'all, this project is perfection, I tell you. And I don't normally think that my work is great, but this one wasn't me. This is definitely the file designer that scored big one on this one. Isn't it so great? I love shimmer colors too. They're my favorite. Above all. That's why you'll hardly catch me using regular black paste. I always like to use shimmer shadow. I'm using Eileen's glue, by the way. And I'm just going to pop that on there. And I'm going to do just one piece at a time and just stack these, okay? But I like to put everything together so that I know that I have my placement correct, and then I can just go and glue everything, okay? And I confirm I have all my pieces. I didn't drop anything. All my stuff is painted the right colors that I want them painted, and all that good stuff, okay? I'm tempted to really only use one of these leaves, though. I think I'm just going to use one leaf. I don't think I'm going to use both of them, because it looks weird with both of them, in my opinion. But they're cute. But I think I only need one. All right. Now, putting that down there, and last thing is going to be my stem. I'm just going to dot a little bit of this glue along here, and that should hold it. Okay, the stem just pops right in here. There's a perfect little place for it, super easy. And then, yeah, I'm just gonna do one leaf. So we're gonna do this one right here. Then we can save the other one for another time, which there will be more pumpkin leaves that we're gonna need down the road, so that's fine. Okay, just like that. And then let's begin at the bottom here. Get our letters in. And through the paint, you can still see the score lines for where your stuff goes. I was just looking at that. I thought, I don't know, something caught my eye here, and I thought I placed that pumpkin in correctly, but I think it's good. Kind of scared me there for a second, because I told y'all, I don't know what's wrong with me. I cannot seem to place things appropriately. But no one will ever know, unless if I point it out, right? That's the great thing about making art, is that even little mess ups are just happy little accidents, and you can turn them into happy little whatever, like Bob Ross says. Okay, now our hello. We're almost there. Now I'm gonna go along this whole thing, but I'm not gonna keep squirting, like I'm not gonna keep squirting globs. I'm just like getting a little bit out and then spreading it out of the tube. That's why I love this glue, because it's got the like fine tip on the end of it. And apparently, I think it was Lori or Joanne, one of y'all told me that this glue you can use on fabric too, which blows my mind. I'm not surprised because it holds really, really well and fast. Like, it gives you a second of grace, and then it's like, I'm in place, girl. I'm not going nowhere. It's like that toxic ex-boyfriend that you used to have that just like mooched off of you all the time. All right, that is perfection. Okay, now let's see if this is gonna work. So this is a piece of leather. I got a big package of this a while back, like a couple of years ago now, for a different project, and now I've got a huge bag of leather. And so I was going to reach for whatever I was going to use for this project to hang it with, and I was thinking, you know, that leather would be really cool. Now I think I can make a little knot on here, so I just want to be sure that I can before I go this way on the inside. So I was thinking, and I don't know if this is going to work or not, because I have to do it on both sides, and you saw how violently I had to just tie that knot. Now I'll cut that, but I kind of want that knot for you to be able to see the knot. Now I'm going to trim this tail off of here, but that's what I'm thinking. Okay, now I don't know, it may look stupid, who knows? Isn't it so pretty? Yeah, that Shimmer Harvest is like a extra shimmery gold. I love it. Okay, it's like the Shimmer Gold's skanky stepdaughter who's like showing out all the time. All right, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, inappropriate tonight. So, ooh, that works good. All right, I did make this a little bit looser than tighter than what I needed, and then it allowed it to loosen up a little bit. Okay, so there's that. Now I do want to fasten it, or like actually have it be glued on the back, because I don't want this just sliding around all over the place. Okay, so let me see. I don't know, I think these scissors will probably cut this. We're gonna find out. Yeah, this is cute. So again, make sure that you comment fall, okay, to get the supplies for this project. Now, I'm going to add just a little bit of hot glue back here to hold these in place, and I'm considering even maybe gluing it just on the back of the little knots. Just a little bit. Like that, okay? I love this glue so much, Joanne. As you can see, I use it constantly, and I'm trying to think. I bought 2 bottles of it, and one of them might be in my suitcase, because whenever I travel, I take a bottle with me. I think that must be where the other bottle is, because I don't know. It's not on my shelf over here, so I assume. Because again, I only unpack so much stuff whenever I go on trips. I try to leave the stuff that I take all the time in my bag. So I have like a separate razor. I have a separate whole setup for doing my lives, so that I don't have to keep unpacking it, which it makes it convenient. And then it makes me not be lazy about, you know, wanting to do my stuff whenever it makes it easy for me. So that helps. Okay, so just a little bit of glue that you cannot see on the front, okay? And then I'm gonna come on the back, and I'm gonna go, and no, they don't make it in ink, unfortunately. I wish that they could, but I think that the issue with the ink is that, so we make all of the the chalk paste in-house at Chalk headquarters in Salt Lake, okay? They do not make the ink. That comes from a separate supplier. And I don't know if it's a different kind of mica powder that they use or something. But that, I'm pretty sure that's why they can't do the same exact colors in both. And there's also, I don't know if y'all have ever known this or not, but even though we have the same colors in paste and ink, it's not guaranteed that they're the same color, like whenever you put them side to side. Because the formula is different and it's thinner, the ink is thinner. And so it's hard for them to match it one-to-one, especially because they don't make the ink. So, interesting things that you learn along the way. I'm here to teach and show you. So whenever you comment fall, you will get the link to make this yourself, okay? To get all the stuff. It is on sale, so you can get it, but look how cute that is. And look at that color, y'all. I'm loving that. So I want to do one more thing. I have my little paint pen here, and I love doing this. It makes everything feel like put together, but I'm always afraid. So I like to just do a line and a little dot, okay? And you don't have to be a professional, but I tell you what, it makes everything look like it is professionally painted. And literally, it's just a little stupid pen, okay? Nothing fancy about it, but now it looks like it's somebody that really knows what they're doing painted it. Anyways, comment the word fall to get the stuff to make this yourself, okay? And I will see you guys soon. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend and a wonderful Sunday tomorrow. I'm going to be posting a lot of stuff tomorrow in my VIP group and in my cutout group. So if you're not in there, hi Susan, make sure that you go get in there. The links are all whenever you comment the keyword, okay? And also make sure you check out my Etsy. I just reopened it. I would really love to get that thing rolling so that people out in the world can buy some of these cutouts too, okay? All right, y'all. Love you all so much. Happy Saturday, and have a great Sunday tomorrow. See ya.